Okay, so I'm Allison. I'm one of your 200K leaders here at Lavelle, and I'm sure you guys are enrolled to an awesome leader that brought you into this business. If it wasn't me, we have other amazing leaders on our team. I'm looking at several of the names on the Zoom, and some of you guys have been with us for a while. I know some of you are new promoters that just joined Lavelle, and that's kind of why I wanted to do this Zoom tonight, is just to introduce myself as another point of contact for people. It's super important, and I'll kind of explain this as we're going on in the Zoom, to just always be connecting your new thrivers to somebody in your upline, so one of your leaders. It's really important to get out of your own way. That's something that I kind of struggled with at the beginning, is thinking that I could do everything myself, and I couldn't. It was just really impossible. And once I got out of my own way and really let my upline, talk to people about Thrive and tell them more about the business, what it could do for them, then that's when things started to grow. And then, we started doing that as a team as well. And so I'll get into more of that, but just wanted to welcome myself. I've been a part of Lavelle for 5 years now. So I started Thrive back in 2015. And just to share a little of my journey with you, I started taking the product just because I reached out to my friend Kelsey. She had been making some posts about Thrive, and I've been watching her for about 6 months. I didn't know anything about Thrive. I didn't know what it was, other than I saw she was having more energy and losing some weight with Thrive. She just had a baby, so Thrive was helping her lose some of her baby weight, giving her energy and motivation to be back in the gym. So I was happy for her, but I just wasn't at a point in my life where weight loss was a huge priority. I was in school full time, getting my degree in speech pathology. I was working a part-time job, had a lot of homework at night, so I was busy. And what made me reach out to her is I actually saw a post that she made on Facebook that Thrive was helping one of her friends with headaches. So that's what made me reach out. And I sent her a message and I said, all right, girl, whatever this Thrive stuff is, if it's helping with headaches, I think I need to try it. And so she came over that night. She explained everything to me, told me how to take it, and I bought 5 days from her to try. I was super excited. I got up and got started the next morning. And I'll tell you, I went that entire first week without a headache, which was crazy because for me, I was having them, like I said, almost every day. So I kind of, like, in the first couple of days, like, is this just in my head? Am I just excited about starting something new, or is this really working for me? But I knew after a week that something was definitely working. And I just noticed the energy and the motivation that she was talking about. Like, I was taking the Thrive in the morning and just getting up and wanting to get stuff done. I was going and not just laying around like I typically would, procrastinating on everything and feeling lazy and trying to stay awake and having to have coffee. Like, I didn't have any of that, and I wasn't crashing in the afternoon either. So around 2, 3, 4 o'clock, I would always just hit a wall and either have to take a nap or drink more coffee or soda or something, caffeinated. And I wasn't doing any of that the first week. I wasn't having that crash. So those are the first couple of things that I noticed. And obviously, I decided to continue my experience because I'm still here today. But after about 8 weeks on Thrive, I was down 10 pounds. So I know I said weight loss wasn't really a huge goal of mine, but honestly, I feel like I just lost that 10 pounds without even trying. It just kind of came off, and I lost a lot of the bloating that I had. And I looked in the mirror and could tell a difference in my body. Like, I felt better about myself in just 2 months. And so after about a year on Thrive, fast forward, I was down 30 pounds. And really, I've just maintained that weight now for the past 4 years. Feel great. Immune system's great. And I'm not going to get into all the details. I could go on and on about little things and changes that I've noticed. But for people that are just starting their Thrive experience, I kind of like to share my experience, but also kind of invite them to be a little bit curious whenever they start their experience, because I had actually a guy who started with me on Monday, and he messaged me today and he's like, oh my gosh, it's so weird. I'm not having any cravings for my soda. I'm not having any cravings for my chocolate. It's just weird. I'm like, yeah, I didn't really explain that to you because I don't want to put things in people's head like, oh, you're not going to have any cravings for this. but they'll find it out themselves. And so, um, that was my initial experience. And really, I wanted nothing to do with promoting when I first reached out to Kelsey. So I told her, yes, I want to try this product, but I don't want anything to do with the business or promoting. I don't have time. I'm busy. I don't, I honestly, in my mind, I didn't tell her this, but I didn't think that I could do something like this. And I didn't think I had the confidence. And I just never saw myself as a salesperson. And I had been approached by a couple of other companies just while I was in school. I would get messages, personal messages in my inbox saying, hey, you would be so good at this. You know so many people, or you're in a sorority, you know, you could make a lot of money doing this or that. And I never responded to any of those people. I actually read the message and then hid it where it shows that it's unread, because I didn't want them to know that I opened it and just didn't respond. But I never, like I said, it was just kind of the wrong approach. Like if they would have reached out to me and said, oh my gosh, I know that you struggle with headaches, you should try this, I really think it would help you, I probably would have been all over it, because I was at a point in my life where I was miserable and needed something. But I think it was just kind of the wrong approach. And then, like I said, just never pictured myself doing something like this. So I didn't want anything to do with it at first, and then tried the product. And that's usually how it happens for everybody. I feel like the people that have the most success with Lavelle are people that just wanted to try the product first, or just fell in love with the product first, and then decided, hey, you know, I think I want to start sharing with my friends and family, telling people about this, make some extra income. Like that's typically how the cookie crumbles when it comes to like try and thrive and then promoting. And so that's how it happened for me. I got started on my product, and then I kind of knew, like within the first couple of days, I think I made a post like the second day that I was trying something new. And then I was wearing the patch where it was showing. So I was wearing the DFT like on my arm or my forearm. And I had people asking me questions. They were like, what is that patch? I want to try it. And I was kind of just briefly telling them. Kelsey told me just say a couple things like, it's giving me energy, I'm not drinking my coffee today, and I'm not having my headaches, it's amazing. And so I had people that were like, oh, I want to try it, how do I get some? And then I had a list of people that I thought would like it or could benefit, kind of struggled from the same things that I had struggled with. And so I met back up with Kelsey after my 5 days. I told her she needed to come back over because I could not go tomorrow without this stuff. So she came over, saved the day, and brought me like another week to get me by. But I knew I needed to place an order. And I kind of talked to her a little bit about, well, she kind of told me a little about what was possible with Lavelle. So it was a free opportunity, basically. I didn't have to pay any money or invest anything into starting the business. I got a free website, a free cloud office, and it's like, I know that you said you didn't really want to promote, but you could earn up to $1,300 in your first 2 weeks as a promoter. And I was like, really? Because that's more than I had made at my entire job that semester. So that got my attention. And then also, she drove a Mercedes, and she had earned that from Lavelle, and she had only been a part of the company for like 6 months. And so I was intrigued by that. I'm like, okay, if Kelsey can do this, she loves it, I can do this, right? I mean, I always kind of had a passion for health and nutrition, just I didn't take that route in life. I did something different and got my degree in something else. But I I was like, yeah, you know, this would be fun to help other people. So I feel like that's really when my passion started. I mean, I was obviously passionate about my story and what it was doing for me. But then once I started promoting and seeing other people and their results, I feel like that just kind of fueled my fire. Like people coming back to me and saying, oh my gosh, Allison, I haven't felt this good in 10 years. Where has this been the last 10 years of my life? Or, you know, their kids coming up to them and saying, Mom, what's wrong with you? You're happy. Like I never see you happy. And so it was those stories that I almost get emotional over, because people, you know, really need what we have. And I think that's where I kind of got the realization that we truly have something that people need. And now looking back, I can tell you confidently after 5 years that I know everybody can benefit from Thrive in some way. We don't all have the same experience because we all have different nutritional deficiencies and different nutritional gaps, but I can tell you it's going to do something for everybody as long as they take it correctly, the 3 steps in the morning, and then they give it long enough to work. So they need to give it the full 8 weeks and beyond to really start getting those nutritional gaps filled and to really start seeing results. So I guess that's a quick rundown of kind of why I got started promoting and how I got started promoting. And my dad is very business minded, Darren. You'll probably see him on a Zoom coming up. I get him on Zooms quite a bit, especially Zooms that are geared more towards promoting, because he's always owned his own business, been self-employed, and he loves this opportunity because over his career and his lifetime, he's always had to invest, in his properties and real estate and commercial buildings. Like, that's a lot of overhead and a lot of investing. And he's like, if I could turn the clock back and go back 30 years, like, I would have loved to be your age and join a free opportunity where literally I can work something from my cell phone. And that's the only overhead I have. And everybody has a cell phone. Like, we all do it anyway, so you might as well be working on it. And you can easily work the business from your phone. So he kind of researched the company a little bit, and just to give you a few facts about Le-Vel, when I joined, it was just about 2.5, almost 3, I guess right at 3 years old. Right now we are 7 years young, so still a baby company, just in the early stages. When I got started with my experience, I know that really none of my friends or family, I mean, Kelsey had heard of it. She's obviously the one that got me started. And so we had a few mutual friends, but other than that, like, the majority of people that I knew did not know what Thrive was. And so I saw that as an opportunity. And if that's the time that you're in, that's still happening. Like, there are still people, like the majority of people, probably 18 out of 20 people have never heard of Thrive. It's just, we're all so scattered and it's a big world. We kind of get jaded in our own little circles, I think, sometimes, where we think, oh my gosh, everybody knows about Thrive. Like, everybody's heard of it. Nobody wants to do it. What's going on? But then you can get out there and start talking to people and meeting new people and expanding your network, which we'll work on a lot as promoters. I always try to help my team expand their network, meet new people. And so then you'll find, wow, like, there are a lot of people out there that don't have a clue what Thrive is or haven't heard of it. It's crazy. But 7 years young, we've done $2 billion in sales. At the time, I think we had done $100 million that year. That was pretty eye-opening. We've done $2 billion in sales right now. I think, Patty, I told you $1 billion the other day, and I got off the phone, and my husband Tyler was like going like this in the background. I thought he was giving me peace signs, and he's like, no, 2 billion after the call. So it's funny. He's like all involved with Le-Vel now as well. But $2 billion in sales in 7 years. And that's actually faster than Apple and Nike went to $2 billion in sales. So it's going to be a product that people know about and they hear about. It's really just a matter of when and who's going to tell them about Thrive, and who's going to be there, and the one that's being consistent when they're finally ready to say, yes, I'm ready. I'm hitting rock bottom, or I need help with my health, or, making some extra money while feeling good would be great. Like, who's going to be the one still standing when those people are around and ready to start their experience? So, $2 billion in sales, like I said. And then also the fact that it was just free to join. There was no quotas you have to meet every month, no fees you have to pay. You can literally do this at your own pace. Like, nobody's pressuring you. We want you to be successful here. That's kind of part of our job, is to help people. And we feel responsible for making sure that people get to the goals that they have, and giving people those goals and making sure that they see things that they're working for. But you could totally work it at your own pace. And I know everybody has different time that they can allow. So there's never any pressure when it comes to that. And then free website, free cloud office, which I'm going to take you through a tour of the cloud office here in just a minute, whenever we kind of get through these this next section about the VIP bonuses. So there are a couple of bonuses that every promoter is eligible for in their first 14 days as a promoter. So this was happening when I joined the business. This was happening when Missy joined the business. This is happening when Deja joined the business. And this is happening now when Patty and Elba are here ready to join the business. So they're called fast start bonuses. It's a part of our comp plan. Basically, it's just a fast start to your business, kind of a high five or a reward for doing so. And it doesn't determine your success with the vote. So we've had people that have hit the bonuses and then just fallen off. I think they think, oh, that's all I have to do is just enroll a couple people, and then it all just kind of starts to snowball and happen for me. And really, I'm still here today enrolling new people all the time. I am always looking for my next thriver. At this point, I can't imagine waking up one day and not thinking about it or not actively trying to find the next person to thrive with me. But we've had people that haven't hit the bonuses. So they missed it. 14 days just went by too quickly. It all happened too fast. Maybe they signed up as a promoter, didn't really know if they wanted to promote. But then they came back a year later and they're like, yes, I want to promote now. I think I finally have the time. I've lost some weight, whatever the case may be. I feel good. I'm ready. And so they missed the bonus, but they can still be successful. Like, that is literally just one paycheck. And what the long term of Lavelle, the 5 years, the 10 years down the road is the much bigger picture that we should be looking at versus just the quick bonus. But I will go ahead and explain all this because we do want you to earn the bonuses if that's what you want to achieve. So basically you have 14 days to earn these bonuses. So just 2 weeks. It starts when you become a qualified and active promoter. So when you place your first promoter order. And VIP 800 is the first bonus. So 800 VIP 800 means $800 in orders. So the $800 in orders has to come between at least 2 promoters that order a promoter pack. So there's several different promoter packs that they can choose from. There's the 200 pack, the 400 pack, the 800 pack. I usually don't ever recommend the 800 pack just because it's a lot of product and you could really split that up into 2 people, like 2 400 packs. And so really just focus on the 200 and the $400 pack. And then you have to have at least 2 customers that order on auto ship. So they can order any items as long as it's on auto ship. Typically customers or people that are joining Lavelle as customers will order the 150 4-week experience pack. So that gives them all 3 steps to thrive for a month for 4 weeks for $150. I like to break that down for people a little bit, like when I'm talking to my family or friends, or I'll kind of tell you again in just a second how to really explain to people what Thrive is, how to take it, how much it costs. There's kind of a process that we go through to kind of get information to people. But that's all you need for the VIP bonus is just at least 2 promoters that order a promoter pack and 2 customers that place their order on auto ship. So if those 4 orders, 2 promoters and 2 customers equal $800, Lavelle will give you the VIP 800 bonus. And what that bonus is $400 cash, just straight cash. It comes in your paycheck the following week. $100 in Thrive credits. You can use those Thrive credits on any products that you want to try if you need to stock up. And then the rest is commission. So that's also just in your paycheck because we do make commission on all orders. So that's the VIP bonus. That's VIP 800. And if you look in your back office or your cloud office, you should see that there is a VIP 1600 bonus as well. And that is just double 800. So that would be another $800 in orders. So you would have to have 2 more promoters that order a promoter pack and then 2 customers that place orders on auto ship. So that would be 4 more orders. And if those 4 orders equal $800, that's when you've achieved the VIP 1600. So you've enrolled 4 promoters and 4 customers with $1,600 in orders at this point. And then With that, you just double the 800 bonus that you received, the VIP 800. So you get another $400 cash, another $100 in product credit, and then commission as well. So that would be $800 total in cash, $200 in product credit, and commission. So that's how those couple of bonuses work and how to achieve them. You've probably seen the tracker in your cloud office. So that's why I like to explain all of those bonuses really well, because a lot of people will just see that and not know what it is and then never have a chance to hit it. And not saying that everybody wants to, but if they do, I would hate for somebody to never know what it was and just completely miss it. I know a lot of people that if they do join Lavelle and they try to go after the bonuses, but they miss it, they will always maybe go enroll a significant other or a spouse, sign them up for Lavelle, and earn the bonus in their account later down the road when they have a few people ready to go and interested. So that's always something to think about too. A lot of couples, some will hit VIP 800 in both accounts instead of VIP 1600 in one and nothing in the other. So it's okay. There's no way to fail at this point. Honestly, the only way to fail with Lavelle is just to give up on yourself. That's it. Like we have a team, we have support, and as long as you're talking about Thrive and sharing the word, not only on social media, but when you come in contact with people. I just met and had lunch with one of my new customers today, and she has trials ready to give to 3 new people at work tomorrow. And she's really just been talking to these people at work. So, there's so many different ways that we're connected to people that it doesn't have to be all on social media. It can be in person as well. Social media is just a great way to reach a lot of people at one time. Let's see what else we need to talk about. Free Thrive. That's always a good topic. So, everybody loves Thrive, but Free Thrive is even better. So customers and promoters, either one, can earn their Thrive for free just by having 2 people thriving with them each month. So 2 people that order on auto ship and you've earned your Thrive for free. It doesn't have to be 2 new people every month. It can be the same 2 people as long as those 2 people keep ordering. Or let's say one of them falls off for some reason. Maybe they blew a tire and they just can't swing their Thrive this month. Well, you could find 1 new person to replace that and you would still continue to get your Thrive for free. So it can be new or it can be existing, but for customers, they can create customer referral accounts. So if somebody just doesn't want to promote, and I typically will just help them get their customer referrals and get their 2 people so they can earn their Thrive for free next month. And then if they have anybody beyond 2, then it would make sense for them to promote. Like even if they don't think so, maybe we just need to give them a little nudge or send them the Zoom or get them on a call or something to be like, hey, you can do this. Like you've already had 2 people interested who have ordered, you have a 3rd one ready to go. You can do this. Let's promote. And sometimes people just need that confidence booster and know that they can do it. None of us are any different. Like you guys aren't any different than me. I just started a little bit sooner than you guys did. So they can get their Thrive for free with 2 people, and then promoters can do the same thing. So you want to make sure you get those Thrive credits every month just by having the 2 customers. They have to order on auto ship. One more thing about auto ship. I love Lavelle because it's not one of those scary auto ships. People aren't stuck on auto ship. I have them order on auto ship because people like for it to just come again every month. They don't have to think about it. They don't run out. People don't feel good when they run out of Thrive. They're like, it can't come quick enough. I ran out and I can't do it today and I feel awful again. And I'm like, I know it's coming. So a lot of people like auto ship, but they're in complete control of it. So I have all my customers order on auto ship, and then I write it in my calendar. So I have a planner that I use, and I just write down on the 5th, the 15th, and the 25th of every month. That's when our auto ship dates are. The 5th, the 15th, and the 25th. I write down the night before or the day before, like the 4th, the 14th, and the 24th. to check auto ships for tomorrow. So I'll go through and I'll just look if anybody has an auto ship going through the next day. I'll just say, hey, your auto ship is set to go back out again tomorrow. Do you want to change up anything in your order? Do you want the same shake flavors? Do you want to switch up your DFT? Tell me what's going on. And it's a great way to just check in with your customers too and see how they're feeling. If they have any, issues going on, any problems, you can just fix it very quickly. So that's what I do with my auto ships. And then they can push the date back. Let's say, I don't know, I have a piece of dog hair on my sweatshirt. I just raised my arm up and I'm like, yeah, I don't want people to think that's something weird. So I will go and just message them and have them order on auto ship. I always explain to my customers, this is not a scary auto ship. You can push it back. Like, let's say they order a skin kit. Our Thrive CBD skincare kits last like 2 months. So they're not going to need it every month. So they can push their date back as far as they want to, or they can delete the auto ship altogether. Maybe Thrive is just not for them. They've got too much going on right now in their lives. They're not committing to the 3 steps every day. They've skipped days. They're not consistent. I'd probably be like, you know what? Let's delete this auto ship, finish what you have, and then whenever you feel like you can commit and be consistent, then we'll get you set up again. It's not a big deal. So that's kind of how the free Thrive works and the auto ship. I'm going to take a quick drink. Okay, let me show you our cloud office real fast. I'm going to share my screen here. It always helps to just kind of see it and see what's going on. Okay, so we always get to our cloud office. This is how basically where we run our business. We can enroll customers, enroll promoters, but we always go to cloudoffice.lavelle.com. This will take you to this site. Enter your username and password and log in. And here's our cloud office. So everybody's cloud office looks the same. To enroll a new customer or a promoter, you could scroll down just a little bit, and right here, you'll see enroll new brand promoter, enroll new customer, and when you click on that, choose your country. Those are the countries that we actually ship to, Lavelle ships to. We can have customers in all of these different countries. And your name will pop up there. So that's how you set a customer up, and in their customer account, it will say that you're their promoter. Same thing for enrolling a promoter. It won't set them up with a customer account, but it will set them up with a promoter cloud office account like you have. I usually enroll people as a customer first. That way their bonus doesn't just start immediately, but I know if you're going after your bonus, you really need a couple of people to sign up as promoters, and that's okay. Maybe you have your family members, maybe a spouse, somebody, a good friend that just wants to try Thrive for a month. They'll probably sign up as a promoter for you. And then if they ever want to hit their bonus and get serious about actually promoting once they try the product, like I said, they can always enroll their significant other, somebody, to be able to enroll as a promoter and hit the bonus in that account. What else should I show you? Placing an order. I'm sure you guys have already done this because you're already promoters. So place an order here. Those promoter packs I was talking about that are the $200, $400, and $800 pack. These are the packs that qualify for your VIP bonus. These are what you'll want your promoters to order. And then you can always place an order yourself too and not have to order one of those promoter packs. That's what I love about Lavelle. You never have to order a certain thing every month or a certain amount every month. You keep earning commission every month as long as you have orders. So you can order whatever you want after you make it through the bonus. I always say check with your upline to make sure that you're doing things correctly in your bonus, because if you just keep ordering different things out of your account, that's not going towards your bonus. And you could order those things in a customer account or a promoter account and have that actually go towards the bonus. So, okay, Patty, I just saw you raise your hand. Do you want to ask a question?
I'm seeing in
Oh,
the
there you
screen,
are.
I'm not seeing the website. I'm seeing like your emails, I think.
Are you serious?
On the page, yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Let me go back here. Okay, so I saw your message in the chat now. Thank you for stopping me. Okay, yeah, I was on my mail. Let me see what this. Okay, I was on my mail instead of on my cloud. Let me look. Okay, here we go. Give me a thumbs up if you see it now. Okay, awesome. So this is what your cloud office looks like. You'll always go to cloudoffice.lavelle.com to log in, username and password, and then if you scroll down just a little bit to the getting started steps, that's where you see enroll new brand promoter, enroll new customer, and then choose your country. These are the countries that we ship to, United States, and then it'll say your name. I was referred by you. And then in that customer account, it will show that you're the promoter. I usually set up people's account for them. I just like to make sure that it gets done. So I do their first name, last name. You need their phone number, their email. You don't have to do their Instagram or Facebook, but you can do their email. And then username and password, I usually just make it first name, last name, or last name, first name, something simple, and then create their account. And then the same thing for promoters. They just will get a cloud office instead of a customer account. So the customer accounts look a little different. Maybe you guys had one first before you switched to a promoter. My orders on the left. The upgrade packages, so these are the $200, $400, $800 promoter packs. These are what you would order or what you would have your new promoters order. If you're in your VIP bonus, they might want to order these. You don't ever have to order these outside of a bonus period unless right now we have that triple commission promotion going on, which is basically Lavelle has come to us and said they're tripling our commission on all of the upgrade packages. So right now, we're trying to bring y'all in as many people as we can on these promoter upgrade packages because we can offer the product at a little bit of discount to our promoters because we're giving back some of our commission. So those, you don't ever have to order those. That's what I like about Lavelle. You don't ever have to order anything. You still get paid as long as you have people ordering underneath you. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have any commission anyway. So that is really it. If you want to look at your downline orders, that's a report I always look at every day. Down to reports and downline order history right here. I look at this because I like to see who's ordering, what they're ordering, what their order looks like. You could check out and see what they ordered. And I just want to, like, sometimes people will reorder and they'll add a new product. And I like to kind of say, hey, oh my gosh, you just added Sculpt to your order. I love Sculpt. I've been using it for 4 months and this is what it's done for me. This is how you take it. You know, I kind of like to just provide that for my people. So I stock my downline order history, in other words. Okay, customer orders. Like I said, whenever they log into their customer account, they'll go to place an order at the top, and then I start everybody off on that 4-week experience pack for $150. That breaks down to be about $4.99 a day. So let me move into talking about how to really start talking to our friends and family about Thrive, because this is the part where it can either go really right or really just not so right for everyone. I mean, I made these same mistakes. I actually made these mistakes when I started. So I'm telling you this because I don't want you to have to go through all of this like I did when I started, and then you can just learn from me and learn from my mistakes and just trust me that it doesn't work. Basically, back to the beginning, whenever I said I tried to do everything by myself, that was me. Let's say I got a message and somebody said, "Hey, I keep seeing your post about your Thrive patch. What is it? What does it do?" So I would message them back and I would basically send a big long paragraph, just word vomiting all over their inbox, this is what Thrive is, this is what's in it, this is how much it costs, this is what it does, this is my experience. Like, and then, their minds are probably blown and they didn't even know what to say back, so they didn't respond. And that's what happened to me. So I was just kind of like losing these people. Like, I knew they were interested and it wasn't ever coming to a point where it's like, okay, I want to log in my account and I want to order. Like, I had those first initial people that trusted me because I earned my VIP bonuses. Everything was great there. But then I hit this wall where I was like, something isn't going right. What am I doing? And that's when Kelsey was like, okay, we really need to provide these people with some validation. Like, you can tell them all day until you're blue in the face how amazing Thrive is. But for some reason, when you get out of your own way and just let your upline explain from their perspective what Thrive is, their experience, tell them more about it, that's when that like third party validation from somebody they don't even know, they will trust them and be like, okay, yeah, I love that information. What she said was awesome. I'm ready to get started. And then you kind of have a reason to like follow up with them too. So, how to do this? I wrote down before we got on this Zoom just 3 things that I feel like are the key to success with Lavelle from my perspective. I'm not here because I know everything. I don't know everything. I still learn new things all the time, and I still learn different ways to do things, and things are changing, with technology and social media. So I'm always learning, but I can tell you just because of my past experience with Lavelle. So 3 things that I feel like have really are really been the key to my success would be connecting, consistency, and caring. So the first one is connecting, and that's kind of what I'm talking about whenever I just explained getting out of your own way and connecting the people asking you about Thrive or the new Thrivers to somebody in your upline, somebody that maybe the person that brought you into this business. If you have a great relationship with them, you'll want to use them. So now, instead of doing it my old way and word vomiting all over people, don't do that. The best thing you can say is, if they send you a message, hey, tell me more about Thrive, the best thing you can say back is, hey, it's a lot to explain. When's a good time I can give you a call? I'm free tonight. You could say between 5 and 9 p.m. What's a good time for you? And they might come back and say, I can talk at 6. And you'll say, okay, great. I'll give you a call at 6. And you could go to your sponsor that enrolled you and say, hey, I've got a call tonight at 6. This girl wants to know more information. Can you do the call with me? And then so you actually call your sponsor first and just say, hey, maybe this is the girl I went to high school with. She wants to know more about Thrive. Can you get her, or can you kind of just explain your story and yada yada. So then you would add that person to the line, and you could even act like you're there with the person. Just, hey, I'm here with my friend Allison. She helped me get started on Thrive. I just want to pass the phone over to her and kind of let her share her experience, what Thrive is, tell you more about it. She's been doing it longer than me, so she can answer your questions, and then we'll chat again at the end, okay? And they'll be like, okay, great. And then I would come on as the sponsor and just share quickly my experience, what Thrive is, what it's done for me, and then really open it up to them and say, okay, what are you looking for in Thrive? What are your goals? What made you reach out to Deja? And they really open up. You would be shocked. Like, I've had people that have gotten their friends on a three-way call, and after the call, they will call me back and say, oh my gosh, I had no idea that that person was dealing or struggling with that. Like, maybe, they're dealing with depression or something, and they're like, I had no idea. Like, she seems happy all the time and she never would have told me that, but I got her on the phone with you and she just opened up. And you'll find that that happens a lot. People don't like to spread their dirty laundry around their friends, but they like to open up to somebody that will just listen. And so I try to provide her, with as much information as I can about how it's helped other people with maybe this issue or that issue. And then just tell her, when you feel like you're ready to commit to 30 days, let Deja know. She will set you up with a customer account, help you place your order. All you're ever committed to is just 30 days at a time. Let her know and she will get you started. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. And then I just hop off and let those two finish up the call. So that is your best, like, number one way to actually close sales and get orders, is those three-way calls. There's no better way. I think all of us on here, Missy, Deja, myself, will tell you we were super nervous and like intimidated by the calls at first, but you'll be shocked how grateful people are as well. I've never had one person mad at me for getting them on the phone or as leading the call. I've never had anybody mad. I've never had anybody hang up on me on purpose. Sometimes they lose service, but never on purpose. And they're always like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for answering my questions. I can't wait to get started. And it might be that they order right after the call. They literally might be like, okay, Deja, will you just stay on the phone with me and just walk me through my order because I'm ready? Or they might say, I have to wait till Friday. That's when I get paid. Or it might be another year before they come back around. And then all of a sudden they come out and they're like, I'm ready. Let's do it. So people are always watching, and that's the number one best way to get them the information. If you can't get them on the phone, number two option would be a three-way group message or a three-way group text, like on your text messages or on Facebook. That way, it can be you, your potential driver, and your sponsor. Maybe you tried to set up a couple calls, they didn't answer. When they were free, you were busy. It's been like 2 or 3 days, and you've just been going opposite ways. Okay, let's just do a group message. So you would set it up with your potential, you and your sponsor, and you could just get in the message and say, hey, friend, this is my sponsor, Allison. She's been thriving for 5 years. I want you to hear her experience and feel free to ask her any questions that you have. And then I would come into the group message if I were the sponsor leading the call. And I like to send voice messages. For me, it saves a heck of a lot of time versus just typing it out. So I just usually hop on there, hold down the record and just say, hey, I'm Allison. I got Deja started with Thrive. So I think she wanted me to share my experience. And so I've been thriving for 5 years now, yada, yada. And then short version of my story. I don't like to overwhelm. And then a little bit about what Thrive is, and then pass it over to them. I always end it with a question. That way they can come back and talk. And people will order that way too. It just takes longer. It's not like immediate because sometimes people aren't that up to date on their messenger messages. And, it might be like a week before you get a back and forth where it actually not a conversation. You know what I mean? It's really just an easier way to go about it. So number one, three-way call is the best. Number two, three-way message is second best. And those are your only options. No, I'm just kidding. But really, in some sort of way, try to get them connected if you can. If they're like, nope, I don't need a call, I'm ready to order, let them order. By all means, let them order. Get them started on Thrive and connect them after the call or after the order. Connect them the next day or the next day before they start their product. Same thing goes for samples. Samples is like another call for another day. I could probably sit here and talk about samples for another hour, just the ins and outs of what all happens whenever you sample, the good, the bad, everything. But the best thing you can do, long and short, if you're going to give a sample, number one, sell it. So like 5 days for $25, because Thrive is about $5 a day. If you have enough product to do the 5 days, 5 days for $25, that's my favorite sample because that gives them a pretty good idea. But always connect them. So connect them before you mail the trial or before you take it to their house. Just say, hey, I'm going to drop this by your house today, but I need to talk to you first because I want to talk to you to make sure you know what you're doing whenever you get your sample. Or before you mail it, hey, I'm going to throw this in the mail for you tomorrow, but I got to talk to you real quick to make sure that you know what you're doing with your 3 steps when you get it. So set up a call, same thing, 3-way call. That doesn't work, 3-way group message, and then boom, they're ready to go. They'll have a much better trial that way if they're really explained like how to take it. So connecting, that covers the first C of the keys to success that I just came up with before the Zoom. Connecting, consistency. Number 2, I preach this one a lot because this isn't something that's just going to happen overnight for anybody. Rome wasn't built in a day. Really, you just have to think big picture here. Like I said, not just 14 days, not just the short-term bonus, but like, what do I really want from this 5 years from now? What do I want life to look like for me 10 years from now? Like, what is possible in 10 years? And this is a vehicle. Like, this is a vehicle. I know 100% this is a vehicle to get you where you want to be. We've had people that all they want is an extra $100 a week to be able to buy gas and some groceries, and if that's what their goal is, that is fine. Like, we love those people. They just want to thrive for free, and that's it. That's okay. We have people that quit a part-time job. Like, they've been able to quit their night job and stay home with their kids at night. Or they've been able to, just go from full-time to part-time and be able to spend more time with their kids. Or we've had people that have completely left their full-time job because of this, that have been in our downline on this team. Our team name's Can't Stop, Won't Stop, by the way. If you see that, that's us. We've had people that have, like, that's been possible because of Lavelle, but none of that happened overnight. Like, these people had to be consistent, and that's so, so important. So that's why I talk about, always trying to talk about your 3 steps. People are watching whether you think they are or not. Sometimes these people that will reach out to you and send you a message 6 months after you started promoting never liked one post. They never commented on anything. They never sent you a message. You had no idea they were interested, but they were sitting back there watching. And I guarantee that's happening. I know it's happening because even 5 years for me, it's just been kind of fun to see the people trickle in and come around. I had to do a lot of samples when I first started because people didn't have that confidence to really get started on their own yet, or to spend $150 on a month. Like, they wanted to buy $5 or 5 days for $25 first before they committed. But now, after being so consistent, and I'm sure this has happened for the other leaders that are on here, they will find that these people are just messaging them now, hey, I've been seeing your post about Thrive. What do I need to do? I'm ready to order my first month. That's where consistency gets you, because they want to see that it's something that is giving you results and see how it can help them. And once they're confident in that, that's when they're ready to really order and take their experience, start their experience. So consistency, very important. 5 years later, I still have brand new people. I just set up a new customer account before this Zoom, and I went to high school with this girl. Like, we've been friends on Facebook way longer than 5 years. She's been following me on Instagram, who knows, probably way longer than 5 years. She just sent me a message wanting to know more information about Thrive. Finally, I set her up with a customer account, and I'm going to get her on a call, get her connected, and hopefully she'll start her experience. So it does take time. Just know that. Don't give up on yourself. That's the only way to fail in this business. There's no your goals are different than other people's goals. Don't pay attention to anybody else's timeline. You're your own journey, and own it and rock it, and it's yours. My third thing, key to success, is just caring. Because it was another C, that's why I chose that word. But really, it's passion. I feel like the most successful people in Lavelle are the people that are the most passionate about the product and what it's doing for them and what it's doing for other people. Um, I'm not saying that any of you guys fall under this umbrella, but there's been a lot of people that have joined Lavelle and they just wanted to promote, and they had all these big goals before they even tried the product. And that's great. But really, I feel like I said the most successful that I've seen on our team were people that didn't even want to promote when they got started. There were people that just wanted to take the product. They just wanted to feel better. And then it just kind of started to happen for them. And the passion came from their experience, and the passion came from getting other people started. And I feel like the passion is always, like, my passion's always on fire because I'm always wanting to connect to new people or getting somebody started on their experience. Like, that's the number one way to get fired up, is to get somebody started on their experience, because you'll start getting those messages from them day one. Oh my gosh, I didn't drink any coffee today. This is really weird. I haven't had it in I haven't gone without it in like 20 years. I'm like, okay, just wait, I can't wait to see what the next few days are going to look like for you. So getting those messages is just really fun. So those are kind of my keys to success. If anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, or if you want to unmute yourself and ask any questions, I'm more than willing to stick around here and talk for a little bit. I know I've been talking for a while and I don't want to take up any more of your time. I promise whenever we do these three-way calls with people that are just intrigued about Thrive or wanting more information, I don't keep it this long. I know I only try to keep it like 10 or 15 minutes, unless we're having a good conversation and they're asking a lot of questions. But if you have anything, feel free. You'll be added to my team page, Team Can't Stop Won't Stop. I go live in there quite a bit. I do team promos. I post promotions that are going on with Lavelle. I keep everybody pretty up to date, or try to, there. And then I know there's a couple of group messages as well where you can ask questions. Other than that, we will keep doing these. That way you can invite your new promoters and new Thrivers to these Zooms. And then we have some work with me Zooms during the week. You'll be seeing me talk about that. That basically means you can hop on Zoom with us, me, and there's a couple of other leaders that host for an hour during the week, in the mornings or at night. There's a night session too, and just work with us on our social medias for an hour. And our follow-ups, we do our follow-ups a lot during that too. It's kind of good for me too, because it gives me an hour to just be like, okay, I'm sitting down and I'm doing this, and I can get a lot done in that hour. Okay, well, I will go ahead and hop off of here, let everybody go. If you have any questions, get with your sponsor, get with me, let us know, and we wish you the best of luck on your journey. When I see you hit your VIP bonuses, if you want to go after them, we can't wait to watch your journey, whatever it looks like. Everybody's is different. Just remember that. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, and we're excited for you. So have a great rest of your Wednesday night. Thanks for hopping on, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.